The title does not deceive you. I spent my 21st birthday with a crackhead, man. Let's talk about it. Let me just get this out of the way. I had to work on my 21st birthday. Yes, I had to work. It was trash, alright? I didn't want to. I don't know, when I woke up and it was my birthday, I just had a gut feeling like I just didn't want to go. Early in the morning, about 7 a.m, I'd went to the gym, came back. It felt fine, maybe my gut feeling was wrong. But when it was time to head out to work, that's when the fuckery started. So I leave my house around 12:30 to go to work, right? And I hop on a 220, everything's all cool. After a few stops, a crackhead gets on the bus. Now, I was on the top floor, so I didn't know. I was just on my phone looking out the window, just minding my own business. Bear in mind, the top deck is empty, apart from like a few people. This shit freaked me the fuck out. But the crackhead comes up the stairs, and she comes and just sits right next to me. Now, I have to describe what she looks like. She was a black woman, but she was wearing one of them Primark type dresses. It was like some nature dress, like green, but like with flowers and shit. And it would have looked real good 5 years ago, but it looks like that was all she wore for the last 5 years because of how worn out it was. She had a oh lord, she had a joint in her mouth, but she'd already smoked the joint. It was just the filter left like in the paper and shit. She also had a lighter in one hand and a vape in the other hand. Now, I've never been around crack my entire life. Most of us haven't, to be honest, but we all know, or at least have a pretty good idea of what crack smells like. Once I smell it, I immediately pivot to she's a crackhead. And to confirm all suspicions, a Ziploc bag falls, I don't know where it fell from, but it fell from her because she went to go pick it up. I'm like, yep. Now the Ziploc bag didn't have anything in it. Let's be honest, alright? Who just carries small Ziploc bags, bro? We know what that's for. Now at this point, she's basically got me cornered in this fucking bus. I'm hoping that she's one of these introverted crackheads who keep to themselves but are just weird. But no, she was crazy. She sat down, she turns to me, she just asks, how's life? I shit you not, like we knew each other or some shit. When I tell you, the first thing I noticed was her breath. Oh my god, that shit was kicking, bro. You would think she was messy the way she was kicking, bro. Her breath was kicking like crazy. Like, you know when something hits you and you can't even formulate what just happened, you just start talking. My answer made no sense because of how bad her breath was. I couldn't even think. Like, I shit you not, my answer was, the same old, you already know how it is, right? I've never met this bitch a day in my life. I'm saying same old, you know how it is. Like, I know this woman. Now this is where it starts to go left. For some reason, this Asian man, Oriental to be exact, comes and sits in front of us. What happened next, I can't even describe. Bruh, she just takes her thumb like this, right? And she just presses it on his head and just does that to the back of his neck. Like this, hold on. Like that, but like on the back of his head. I noticed this, right? Because I'm trying not to interact with her. And I noticed this, so I turn to her, like confused. I don't say nothing. He then turns around. He looks at her and then looks at me. And this is where I realized, fuck, he's gonna think we're together because we're both black and we're sitting next to each other. That's just all that's going through my mind. But I can't say nothing because I'm still trying to process what the fuck she did. So I look at him, then I look back to her, and then he decides to just get up. He doesn't say nothing. He just gets up and he walks down to the end of the top decker, basically, just to get away from her. So I asked her, what the fuck did you do that for? And she said it felt right. This bitch is crazy. The bitch is crazy. But that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous though. I'm debating whether I should get off the bus or not because I don't want her to know where I work in case she try to find me. At the same time, I'm creating scenarios in my head like, will she even let me off the bus? Will she try and force me to do crack or some shit? I don't know what she's gonna try and do, but I'm creating these scenarios in my head about what she might force me to do because I can't get out of a situation. Unless I channel a pimp named Slipback in me.
You tell her what you want her to do. If she say no, hit the bitch. Simple.
So we're now at basically Westfield, White City Station. A bold white guy falls into the same trap that the Oriental man did. He goes and sits in front of this fucking crackhead. In my mind, I'm just like,
oh shit. Here we go again.
This time, instead of sitting in front of her directly, he's sitting in front of me. So there's like a little diagonal spot in between them. After about 15 seconds, she just leans forward and starts just chanting, no, 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 no. As if the guys are pressing her or something. Like, this isn't 100 years ago. Thankfully, he didn't react. I think he was just trying to ignore her. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I gotta get the fuck off this bus, bro. I don't want her near me before her crack starts, I don't know, rubbing off on me or some shit. I just turned to her and I'm like, yo, can I get off the bus, please? And she lets me get off, thankfully. I get off the bus and I just wait for a 72. Now, this is where shit almost hit the fan for me, bro. This is even the worst part. I'm going into Shepherd's Bush now. Tell me why I see her in Shepherd's Bush, just walking down the road, right? She must have got off the 220 with two Jakes, bro. If you don't know what Jakes are, they're police officers. They're the cops, bro. She's just walking, like, talking with them. I don't know what they're talking about. They're at the bus stop right now, where the 72 and the 220 stop. So I'm like this. I'm currently, like, writing in my phone what the fuck just happened so I can make this video you're watching. Once I realize that it stops right in front of these people, I'm just like this. And I'm just typing like this. And I've got my cap down like this. I'm trying not to be seen. Tell me why the two Jakes stopped talking to her and got on the bus, bro. At this point, my heart is fucking racing. She either lied to the cops to try and snitch. She must have planted something on me. I don't know what's going through my mind. But it's them type of scenarios that I was basically in the mindset of, I'm about to get arrested on this fucking bus or something. That was my mindset. I'm sitting right in front of the exit. Like, you know where the doors open and shit if you're from England. The Jakes, they stand right by the exit doors. So I guess when they exit, they could just step off immediately. But they're standing right behind me. At that point, I was just nervous to move. I didn't think I was gonna get, like, shot. Obviously not shot because we're in England, but I wasn't gonna get attacked by the officers. I just didn't want to look guilty if they were looking at me. You get what I'm saying? I just wanted to be like, wait, what are you stopping me for? I didn't do shit. Thankfully, they didn't do shit. They got off after a couple stops. I don't know why they just took the bus, but they took the bus. They got off after a couple stops and I was able to get to work. All of that to work in Sainsbury's, yo. Dealing with crackers is not worth it, man.
I'm not a savior nor a saint. Told 30s and sticks with an open case. I try to behave when I know I can't. So purpose of this is to motivate. What's the ticket? Shit we can negotiate. Take a toke of the law while I pour the drink.